Another fine day here in the QC, and I'm so glad to see it. I hope everyone is well today as always, and that you're able to get out and enjoy the day like I am. Getting some fresh air, some sunshine, and hopefully some exercise in. It's a nice day here in Charlotte, and it goes to show you that you can't really rely on the word of a man. Our forecasters, I don't even want to say the weatherman, but our forecasters forecast that we was going to be covered with sleet, freezing ice, the power lines were going to be falling down, all at an attempt to incite fear, which usually fear gets folks to action without really sitting down, or like my Uncle Lord used to say, lay down and think about it. And to be quite honest, there's nothing wrong with making sure that you have provisions for your household. But at the same time, just like my thought of the day, the gig is up. We do know that by now that these forecasters and news channels are all in cahoots with the grocery stores. See, all of these guys are a conglomerate. They own everything, and they're gonna try to drain as much money out of folks they can while they can. But as I just said, the gig is up. And I'm going to get into my text for today. And it's coming out of Proverbs 6:30 and 31. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. Great point. When he is hungry, to satisfy his soul. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall get all the substance of his house. Oh boy. Salah that one for a second. And then we look over into Ephesians 4 and 28. And it says, let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needs. That's a fine thought there. And it reminds me of my story, which we'll go over here in a second. Or my testimony. My story, which is a testimony, a testament to how the Most High can take basically nothing, or should I say in my case, a negative nothing, and turn it into some good. But then we look at Exodus 22, 1 through 4. If a man steals an ox or a sheep and kills it and sells it, he shall repay 5 oxen for an ox, or for a ox, or for 1 ox, and 4 sheep for 1 sheep. If a thief is found breaking in and is struck so that he dies, there shall be no blood guilt for him. Okay, I was just thinking about that for a second. But if the sun has risen on him, there shall be blood guilt for him. He shall surely pay. If he has nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the stolen beast is found alive in his possession, whether it is an ox or a donkey or a sheep, he shall pay double. Those were some really powerful texts speaking on the thief. And I like the one that says, he that steals, steal no more. Or he that used to steal, don't steal no more. Don't fall back to that old lifestyle. Because basically, like I said, my title today of this thought is The Gig Is Up. And I'm going to read over my notes briefly. As the Most High gave me this idea this morning, my mind began to race back to my former life in the streets. I began to think about the many now faceless shadows that I interacted with during my life of crime. I was a drug dealer, and I helped perpetuate the seemingly unending cycle of addiction that has plagued our community. Yes, I did it. I sold crack cocaine, blow, and weed, and hustled almost anything else that I thought I could flip for the come up or profit. Even though I was eventually caught and served my time, I still feel an overwhelming sense of guilt at times. As I said before, I only see the faceless shadows of my den victims, but this is enough to remind me of the horror that they had to be facing living with addictions. I too was a slave to the life of addictions as I tried to cover my blood guilt with the high of weed and hard liquor. Yes, living that life really ain't what is portrayed in the movies. Of course, it starts with a bang, like the starter pistol of a major Olympic race. Yes, off to the races, as sin's illusion appears to be from the beginning. However, very soon thereafter, the emptiness and dread comes crashing down like a ton of bricks. This is one of the reasons I go so hard for the Most High. He gave me another opportunity or chance, even after my gig was up and I was far from deserving. He saved me from myself and put me on the proper path to healing and deliverance. I think he allows the guilty feelings to resurface as a stark reminder to who I was and where he found me. It also keeps me on my toes when it comes to Satan's okie-doke. He tries from time to time to remind me of the big fun I had living that life. I quickly dismiss those lies as I think about the fun I'm really having by exposing the thief for who he really is and making his kingdom repay. We all like to play the blame game, as to say who's really to blame for the condition of our community. It's the whites, the Chinese, the Arabs, the Indians, or maybe it's all of the above. I say no, the gig is up for us first. Our own people must take responsibility for our part played in the demise of our own community. When we begin to hold ourselves accountable, that's the only way to truly say no more of the mess. Now, I'm not saying that we all need to publish our faults before the whole world, but at the very least to the Most High, and then let him direct our paths from there, as he said he would if we acknowledge him in all our ways. And I had thought to go into further detail with my notes and my testimony, but the Most High reminded me to keep it simple, that we don't have to tell everything. But at the same time, I really want to be transparent as to the why and the who I am, and the why I do what I do daily. It's not just to keep myself in shape and to keep myself living, but it's also to give life to other folks and back into my community. Because I did a whole lot of wrong when I was out there. A whole lot of wrong. And I lived a very shameful lifestyle for a long time. And see, this is why I say it's all by the Most High's grace. It's nothing that I have done in my past that caused me to deserve all the opportunities the Most High has presented to me. But it's all about what He saw in my future. They said, I'm going to give this fella another chance because I know. Because I've seen the beginning from the end. I've seen his beginning from the end. And I know this fella's going to do some good in the end. Or the former years of his life, as the text says, will be better than the prior years of his life. So that's why I try to stay as transparent as I can, because there may be a young fella that may come across this recording and say, I'm in that lifestyle, and it's all good for me. At least he's lying. At least you're lying to yourself right now. Because no matter what you say to yourself, it's a lie, because at the end of the day, you're watching your back continuously. It's hard to sleep because you're peeping over your shoulder for the police, the stick-up kid, or your competition. And to be quite honest, if you're really a drug dealer or a pusher, then all three of them individuals are looking at you. And they're coming and they're gunning after you. And this also is for that individual that has lived this lifestyle, and you still have the guilty feeling in your heart and mind from time to time, like I do. Well, what I can say to that is the Most High, through His Son, saves the whole man. And He'll cleanse you from that blood guiltiness. But just like for me, He'll allow it for a reason. See, He knows once I get that feeling, because we are emotional individuals and beings, that causes a reaction out of me. It makes me want to serve Him more. To be quite honest, it makes me want to do more for the kingdom of the Most High than I ever did for the kingdom of darkness. And to be quite honest, I have a long way to go in my own mind. And I say in my own mind because the Most High just reminded me that I would never know how far these recordings may go and who they may touch. And just if I can reach just one individual with this truth, then my job is done. If I can say something that would inspire change, or at least just a second thought, then maybe my job is accomplished. See, just as the Most High told me about my recordings, He told me don't worry about the numbers. He said you have an audience of one. Be faithful to me, and I'll give the increase. I'll bless your efforts. And just like I was reminded, I may not see the increase of the words I speak, or the increase of the things I do for the Most High. And that's really not important, because as long as He says His word won't come back to Him void, then I'm satisfied. As long as he tells me, well done, my good and faithful servant, then I'll be satisfied. And to be quite honest, this is what I'm looking for daily. I'm not waiting for no trip to heaven or to the kingdom before I hear the well done. I want to hear well done daily. I want to be able to put forth the effort daily that's going to get me the pat on the back from my Father. But the gig is up. The thief has been caught and he must repay. And just as I was saying, first we need to concentrate on ourselves. Yes, all the other nations in the world have sat down in a confederacy against our people and said, let's cut them off from being a nation and let's enslave them to ourselves, and let's let them build up our nations. But it's up to us to do the right thing. And that's first to search ourselves, to search our own hearts and ask the Most High, okay, Father, what can I do to make this right? What can I do to right some of the wrongs that I've done in the past? And then taking that step and asking Him first to forgive us for what we've done, not only us but our fathers, because the sins of the fathers have been repaid on the sons. And basically saying what the fathers did affects the sons and the daughters. So we have to give forth the effort of saying, I want to be the one in my generation that says no to the mess and yes to the Most High. I almost said no to the mess, but yes to the best. I ain't want to sound corny, but it is actually the honest truth. We're saying no to the mess, but yes to the best in the Most High. But that's going to be my time. And my word of encouragement today would be for all of us to actually say the gig is up in our lives. And what I mean by that is we have an understanding of who has stolen from us and what they have actually stolen. But to be honest, we're the guilty party. We're the ones that need to take responsibility first for our mess, our messy lifestyles. And see, once we do that and turn to the Most High, He'll direct our steps, like I said in that text. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct our paths. And see, that's what we need. We need direction of how we're going to get out of this mess we're in, and how we're going to prepare ourselves for the future. And see, it's okay to look forward to being in the kingdom and the Most High taking us away from this place. But what we also got to remember is, while we're here, we need to occupy. And what the Most High means by that, occupy, it means to work, to make the unnecessary changes that need to be made, to move according to His leading and His guiding. But if we're not willing to do that, then how are we going to make the kingdom? And how are we going to take individuals with us into the kingdom? See, to me, that's what's important. Because I know you heard me say this before, but I heard a teacher once say, the only qualification into making the kingdom is taking someone with you. And I begin to think back, well, what about living holy, living righteously? All that's encompassed under taking someone with you. Because you're not going to be able to influence someone into the kingdom if you're living a shabby lifestyle. Because no one is going to follow someone who's not living what they're preaching. And that's a good thought today. First, we must practice what we preach. And not only forgive ourselves, but expose the wrong that we have committed, especially to our own community. And see, I'm not saying, just like I said in my notes, this is not a call for everybody to come on social media and say what they did in the past. That's irrelevant. What is relevant is that we present ourselves to the Most High as a living sacrifice. And see, when you sacrifice yourself, everything is out in the open. You're going to expose it yourself so no one else can expose it for you. But at the same time, it shows the people coming after you that you have a pure heart. And it shows, more importantly, the Most High, that you have a pure heart towards Him. I hear you, Father, short and sweet. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.
you doing, sir? Doing all right? Gotta get it in, huh? Have a good one. What were you in, sir? The Army or the Navy? Yes, sir. You getting it. What were you in, the Army? What were you in, the Army? Appreciate your service, sir. How old are you? Huh? Yes, sir. 94. Appreciate the motivation. So if you can get out here and get it like that, I can too. You have a great day, sir. Thank you. What's your name? What's your name? Dean Foster. Farr. Good to meet you, Mr. Dean Farr. I'm Robert Holloway. You have a great day, sir. Appreciate the motivation. Be safe. Mr. Dean Farr. I see he was well over his 80s. I was right. But I wouldn't have guessed. Probably in a million years that he was 94. So family, tell me this. How many of us got an excuse? After seeing it here and there. I mean, quite honestly. He out here 94 and taking baby steps to get around the track. For the parking lot. He said, I'm out here getting it, ain't I? I said, yep. I ain't telling him, I was just talking about it. See, that's what inspires me. That's what makes me want to keep getting it and pushing forward in the right direction. To be quite honest, it can't be easy for him at 94. Finding the motivation to get out here and walk daily. But I'm sure part of it is he has somebody depending on him. When I say somebody depending on him, somebody that loves him. Hey man, thinks the world of him and adores his presence. And I'm quite sure Pop has a lot of great war stories. What I mean by war stories, it's not the stories he can tell me from his life in the military, but the stories he can tell me about his life, period, and him overcoming all the obstacles that he may have faced. And I'm sure that behind his story, you'll find the Most High. But as the text says, with long life will I satisfy them. Show them my salvation. I'm sure Mr. Farr has been abiding in the secret place for most of his life. And I would have loved to have that conversation with him. But I have to take the word at his word. for the last few days. I keep taking out, so I keep moving my WD-40 and hope to remember it. I even put it by my lunch bag. Today, and still got it. But I need to only wore my thing, but in my bike period. After all that riding I've been doing. It's just like putting forth the effort to take care of our body. It's an effort. In order to be around like Mr. Dean Falls for 94 some odd years, we have to take care of our bodies. Like I said, I do my best to listen to the Most High. And His leading and guidance. To be quite honest, there's no coach like him. Because he not only knows my limits, he knows what's left in his tank. So he can't push me to that limit. And like I said, he has my best interest at heart all the time. See, he's not sometimes like we can be. But the gig is up. What a great thought for today. I didn't even eat my other apple.